So, season 1 of Brave and the Bold, huh?
That's very loud. Hi, guys. Yeah, Brave and the Bold. I gotta say, like, going into this retrospective, I knew Brave and the Bold was probably gonna be like one of the better shows, but like, it's like, yeah, it's like probably like I know animated series and beyond are probably like the best Batman shows, but like this is definitely only like contender for third place and probably like.
I gotta tell you, overall, I mean, we'll tell you if the concept changes, but like, I gotta tell you, so far, I like the overall concept of just like Batman teaming with like a hero.
So like the basic, like, okay, so like I guess with the whole thing, this came out at a time when like I guess a lot of this, like, this was like mainly based on the silver and bronze age.
Yeah.
Silver, bronze, gold, like all the stuff before animated series came and like reshape, like before 89, like 89 animated series reshaped Batman Forever pretty much. Like pretty much.
No, Batman
Forever.
Oh,
come on. I mean, that one feels more in line with what this show's aiming for.
Well,
But
yeah.
anyway. Yeah, this was 2008?
Yeah.
I thought it was like 2011 when it came out.
No.
Damn, I'm old.
No, actually, shout out to Roland because he said that, and I think I remember this. The show would come on before Clone Wars every single Friday night. It was on Cartoon Network way back when. So I guess before we because something that like we have kind of done throughout like the retrospectives, but something that I think should just do now. How do you rank this version of Batman as a Batman?
I honestly think it's one of the most fun Batmans, because I think I told Roman this while we were like watching for the series. It feels like this Batman, it feels like he has the skill and prowess, but also like super chill compared to other Batman. Like the fact that he's actively like teaming up with other DC superheroes like on a regular basis, like as like a mentor figure for them, proves that like he's relatively chill compared to like other Batman who usually are more gruff and angry.
And I think that this, Batman kind of leading the next, generation, trying to build the future for heroes. Like,
they easily established, like, right, like they pretty much established right away that Batman's like been doing this for a very long time.
Yes, and something that I like personally, I gotta tell you guys that this is my introduction, and I think this is Liam's, to the Blue Beetle character.
Blue Beetle, yeah, like Blue Beetle, Red Tornado.
Yeah.
Green Arrow was on Justice League, so I already knew about him. I think Plastic Man, this is my introduction to him as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so like even if you're not like the biggest fan of or like not the biggest fan, but like if you go into this show will teach you a lot, not just like about Batman, but it's also great for like, learning about other DC characters.
Like I would say for like, I know Justice League exists, and like that show and Unlimited played with the whole idea of like a greater DC universe more so than this show does. But I would say the Batman during its last season. Sorry. I would say the Batman, like the Batman, played with the idea of like what Batman was in a bigger world. Albeit, I think the biggest problem with that show was that it only did that during the last season. This show, off the gate, is like, we're going to have Batman and Blue Beetle go to an alien planet to fight an alien warlord. We're going to have Batman and Plastic Man team to fight Gorilla Grodd, and Batman turns into a monkey for a little bit. Like, we're going to have an episode where...
About furries?
Yeah. We're going to have an episode where he teams up with what's the guy's name? The Phantom. What's it called him?
The Phantom?
No, not the Phantom. The
Dr. Fate?
No. Well, that one's a cool one too. But like,
yeah.
What's the guy, like the Dead Man?
Oh yes,
Dead Man. Well, Batman's technically dead, but not really, and this is Green Lantern. Oh yeah, Guy Gardner Green Lantern before the Superman movie came out.
The best Green Lantern. Nah.
Like there's
John,
it's like from the get-go, this show kind of proves it's not going to be like animated series or the Batman. Like it's already good.
It's not, but like the thing that I like about the show, it's trying to be its own thing, which is something that I appreciate heavily.
Can I just say, like, I don't think I mentioned him yet, but Aquaman in this show is like just literally, he's literally like what the embodiment of what people say a Chad should be.
Yeah, true.
Like,
and like, as someone who's not a fan of Aquaman, I like him in this show actually.
Like he's pure campy Aquaman, but like I kind of love him. Like I just love how much of a he just takes everything. He's so hammy, but I love him anyway.
So
who voiced Aquaman? Who was it?
Voiced Aquaman
in the show?
Hold on.
Was it?
We have the internet.
We have technology.
Who voiced Aquaman in
Yep. Perfect.
I guess we're not the only one that's asked that question. Arthur Curry. I've seen that name before.
No way.
Oh no way.
John DiMaggio, baby.
John DiMaggio. That's it's Rhino.
Oh,
and
in Spider-Man 2.
He's also played a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Matt Lanter has played him. Phil Lamar has played him.
Huh.
Josh Keaton.
In one of them, probably.
What?
Anyway, also episode 12 having episode 12 having the whole like Owlman stuff. Can I just say something I'm really cool about that? I thought about this one in the shower. Like how they present it is that before they have Joker show up, they have him meet Red Hood, where it's like a Red Hood where it's Joker as Red Hood, but he's a good guy because it's alternate universe where Batman's bad guy. You know, the whole Owlman spiel. You guys know what it is.
Yeah.
So they introduce like a good Joker, and the next episode has him team up with the real Joker.
Yeah.
It's like, oh. Also, this also marks the next appearance of the Fox, Vulture, and Shark, the terrific trio. Once again, they keep showing up.
The terrible trio.
The terrible trio. I call them terrific because they're so weird.
So I have a question, Larry. Before we kind of do like an overlay of like, you know, all of the episodes, what do you think of the theme?
Oh, like, it's not like, I don't think it's iconic enough, but I love it anyway. Like, like I think it sticks in your head the most of the. Like, I think it's more catchy.
It kind of feels like the Adam West theme.
Mm-hmm. It feels
like
more,
a sped up version of it.
It's a more catchier version of the Batman's second and third season's theme.
And then I wanted to ask you, because you and I kind of talked about this, and I think you defend them, but I didn't see the purpose of them. A lot of the episodes, at least in season 1, I can't speak for season 2. A lot of the episodes in season 1 had a bunch of like cold opens to them, and I wasn't really a fan of them because they didn't lead anywhere. A lot of them.
So basically, some of them are like kind of like cold opens leading to like later episodes and later arcs, as well as just like trying to have like a big connection. Like how the episodes do is that first they have like I think it's like 2 or 3 minutes dedicated to like a random event that Batman and a random hero team up with. Usually it's a way to get like a random hero who really doesn't fit the rest of the story in there for a little bit. Sometimes it leads to later stuff like him going to like that distant future work with the furries, or having stuff doing with Olmec.
Yes, there are furries in the show.
Not Olmec, Equinox.
Which
I read the name wrong.
Which, by the way, I like that this season actually builds to something, and it's not just your run-of-the-mill standard show where it's like, you know, aimless. The show actually does have a story that, you know, it's actually building to. And I actually think that Equinox is a pretty solid villain, actually. And, like, the overall story actually makes sense. And, like, you know, I didn't notice it at first, but, like, Liam said, hey, this show is building to something. And I was like, nah.
And then, Equinox is like, okay, so basically like there's like an early episode where we have like the cold open starts with like showing off Equinox as a character. And then after that, he shows up again to fight Olmec, which by the way, Olmec's like a random character that you throw in. And after that, Batman takes up with Dr. Fate to take out Equinox, which basically leads to Equinox becoming a god, which leads to everyone fusing together into Batman to become whatever they call him again.
I forget.
Like, I'm just gonna call him Bat God because that's what he basically is.
Which is kind of a metaphor for how like a lot of comic writers
Like, he
write
takes
him.
every single, like, he takes all the characters' powers. It's actually like really weird how it's Batman of all people.
But then like Liam asked me, what did he take from Green Arrow?
What did he take from Green Arrow?
But no, like, you know, in all seriousness though, I actually appreciate Brave and the Bold for actually building to something that's not like that's not done very like successfully in like, you know, a lot of shows now. So I actually kind of appreciate it.
Well, I think the big thing is that it wasn't like for episode of the week stuff. I think having a little bit of like an intrigue when it comes to Equinox and then leading to a big thing, which essentially was like the culmination of everything that they're building up to with all these heroes, was a good idea.
And so you actually think that the cold opens matter then?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. So
also this Robin's also I love this Robin. Like,
yeah,
dude's just still fully in like the shorts.
But like I kind of appreciate that he's like doing his own thing though.
It's actually kind of weird how like he's doing his own thing, but he's still Robin. Like, he's in Bloodhaven clearing up stuff on his own time, but he's still Robin, which is really, I know the second season he becomes Nightwing, but it's super weird. So
sorry, just like, what do you want to say before I get to like a broad spectrum thing?
Episode 19, Batmite.
Oh God, I hate Batmite.
They basically just go ahead and like have an entire the entire episode is basically just like a big like Batman can do anything episode with Batmite, who basically just acts as like the audience.
Yeah.
An audience like shoo-in. Like, where the literal point comes in when they literally break the episode, have Batmite address the entire Batman Reddit subreddit. I'm not kidding. Like, literally the entire Batman subreddit. Don't say I'm not wrong. Don't say I'm wrong, because it literally is.
You're not
basically
wrong.
just say like, hey, this is Brave and the Bold, not the animated series. We know we can never be like the animated series, but we're doing our own thing. And then just continue the episode like nothing ever happened. Yeah. So go ahead.
So I wanted to ask you, are there, in your eyes, any episodes that are actually duds? Like, you know, bad episodes?
I would say The Last Battle on Earth, aka the furry one, where Batman goes to the distant future where animals rule and humans are slaves. That one's a pretty weird one. Like, if you're a furry, more power to you. I respect you. Maybe you'll get some kicks. I like Gorilla Grodd in that episode. But that's pretty much it. Just because I like money. Monkeys. Monkeys.
The one for me, I think that is kind of a little bit of a dud is the musical one.
Well, I appreciate it for just being so stupidly funny, with it being an episode where everyone sings except Batman at the very end.
Yeah. And I love how he only sings to get with Black Canary.
And then he immediately leaves. And then like Green Arrow and Black Canary hook up, which is something that Arrow show never did. I'm looking at you, Arrow.
Also, isn't it the craziest thing that like Batman in this like adaptation is like 30 years older than her?
But she still wants him.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
like when she was born, Bruce was in his prime as Batman. When she was born. But yeah, no. So I like that this is like an older Batman, and like, you know, like I said, I like a lot of the episodes when like, you know, Red Tornado shows up, or when like, you know, Blue Beetle shows up.
Red, Blue, Green. I just realized that. Red Tornado, Blue Beetle,
Green Arrow.
What was next? Yellow Spandex.
About that. No, but so like my thing is that my favorite episodes, Liam, you can probably give me episode names. The one where Batman dies, I think that's a cool one.
I'd say the Batman one's a perfect, like, basically breaking the fourth wall episode. Besides that, I like the almost all the Aquaman team up ones are pretty good.
I like the Red Hood one.
Both the multiverse ones with what's it called again? Deep Cover for Batman and Game Over for Owlman. Those are good ones.
Yep. Is that the one where
Trial of Demon, because Batman teams up with both with both Jason Blood and fucking Sherlock Holmes.
Oh yes, I love that one. That one's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite one probably is the first Blue Beetle episode.
Yeah, that one's good too. Color of Revenge, because not only is it Robin, is it the Robin team up one? Also, it makes Crazy Quill into a competent villain.
Yeah,
Crazy Quill is a competent villain in this show.
Yeah. For those of you who do not know Crazy Quill, this is one of the only cool things about StreamYard. Crazy Quill.
Wait, you can actually like pop it up.
Yep, Batman. Yeah. So,
Crazy Quill.
for those of you that have not seen who Crazy Quill is, this is him. Now, tell me if you would expect that he is a competent villain
in this show.
But like, he's actually competent when most of the time he's not.
Obviously, all the Equinox stuff is pretty good.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I forgot that he was in the Lego games.
Everyone and the Lego Batman movie. Well, of course, it was gonna be in Lego Batman movie. Oh my. Yeah, we get it. It's Crazy Quill.
The boy. Is that where he first came out? Was the Boy Commandos?
It's Crazy Quill.
Huh.
Yeah. I would say if you want a more, like, I think the show itself wears on its own thing. Like, it literally says the Cape Crusader teams up with heroes from across the DC universe, delivering nonstop action adventure with a touch of comic relief. Like, the show itself isn't taking itself super seriously, so don't take it overly seriously. There's only, like, the only time I think the show ever gets, like, super serious is ironically enough, the Christmas episode, which shows Batman's origin.
Batman's parents get capped on Christmas Eve.
But yet this is probably the most chill Batman of the bunch.
Well, you have to remember, this is like old Batman. Mm-hmm. So he's probably not like feeling that way anymore. But like the thing is that like Liam actually kind of made like, you know, a point. The chillest Batmen are the ones where like we've seen the most like details into their like parents' deaths.
Like, I think the big thing is that like other Batmans lose their parents, but Batman lost his parents on Christmas Day. That must suck.
Yeah, it's not even like it was like a random day. Like he lost his parents on like Christmas Day, which actually is something that was not canon before, but I could accept that as canon actually. But yeah, no. So do you have any like other things to say before I get into some like final notes here?
I would say overall, I think season 1's a pretty good start. Very fun. Definitely gets you in the mood for like learning more about the DC universe as a whole.
Yeah.
And I just think that you guys, like, I think it's kind of, I mean, it's definitely not as slept on as, like, the Batman show overall, but, like, I think this show deserves to be considered more highly regarded than it is. I mean, it is highly regarded because why else would it be brought back for a Scooby-Doo crossover?
Right. So, what I'll say about the show, at least in season 1, and I pray it does not drop the...
it doesn't, Roman. It doesn't.
In season 2 and 3. I really hope so. But I think that this show so far is pretty solid. And if you're not comparing it to the animated series and you're not comparing it to, Batman Beyond, like it's a pretty elite show. I wouldn't put it above the Batman, but like if the Batman's like a high A tier, this is like a mid A tier so far. And the next time that we come to you in a Batman video, it will be for the rest of the show, seasons 2, 3, and 4.
Actually, there's only 2 seasons, 2 and 3.
Oh, okay.
The show got canned to episode 13, season 3.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
And then after this, oh my god.
Yeah. Don't worry though. We have some goodies coming up. We have
what?
The one where Batman splits into 3. We have when he beats Kevin Conroy Batman.
Ooh.
Batman Zuriah. And then we have Chill of the Night.
Yes, I heard so much about that.
Chill of the Night is like Everyone talks about Chill of the Night, and I think I'm really looking forward to watching it. So guys, see you guys then. Also, about the cold opens, we're gonna do something really fun with those in a little bit. You're gonna see why.
Oh, well, I guess until next time, we'll see y'all later.
See ya.
Peace out.